Hello. So I am recording this while sitting in my closet while our five kids run around the house and are very loud. And I've got my husband's suits in the backdrop. And I think it's a very appropriate setting to be talking about my grandpa because he had five kids. He worked a lot from home, from what I remember, or at least he had a lot of opportunity to do some of his work from home. He had some suits. And I think he would understand this season of life that I'm in right now and would actually be very happy to see this moment, I guess. And I think it would be familiar for him. I've really enjoyed reading a lot about his earlier life, raising kids and being a husband and working. And I feel very lucky to be able to watch and read and learn about those pieces of his life um, because they mirror a lot of what I'm in right now. And of course, my grandpa is somebody who I always looked up to. And I think it's one of those things where you know they're special and you know you look up to them. And then once you start living your own life and seeing what exactly goes into being a parent and living a life and running businesses, your appreciation, right? And respect for people, especially my grandpa, goes way up. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of work raising five kids and running a business and dealing with life every day and being married. It was a lot. And um, he was a very good living example. And I just always remember him being cheerful and being inviting. And I knew that no matter what was going on in my life, I could go to their house and be welcomed. And he would just be happy to see me. I didn't have to do anything special. I didn't have to jump through any hoops. He was just happy that I was there. And when I started having kids of my own, he was just happy that, we would come by. We moved away from Alaska. But when I would bring the little ones over there, he was just happy. He was just happy to be around us. He was just happy to hear about our day. He was just happy to hear about what we were doing. And I love that. And I think that speaks volumes about who he is as a person and the legacy that he leaves. And it is something that I try to carry in our life and in our home. I do also think that my husband is like him in a lot of ways. And I don't think that's by accident. I think it's by design. I think he lived such a good life and set such a good example that I just picked up on those little subtleties and knew that that's what I wanted. That's how I wanted to live. Um, and I think I found that, right? And I think that's super special and part of his legacy that will live well beyond him. And one funny little memory, I was trying to think of things that are specific, specific events and specific times. And to be honest, there's not really like one specific moment that really sticks out to me. It's just the collective life that he lived and shared and modeled. And it was full of integrity. And he was just always kind of a constant source of positivity to me, even if I wasn't talking to him, on a regular basis. I just knew that he was there and he was constant and he was steady and he would always be happy to hear from me. And the thing that sticks out to me the most is that whenever I would call Grandma and Grandpa's house just to say hi or check in or get an update or look for my dad or something, I don't know, he would usually answer the phone, which makes sense. He loved to talk to people And I would immediately say, "Hi, can I talk to grandma?" And he would always say, "Yeah, let me go find her." And that's I don't know why it was like that, but I do remember that of being like, I know he's there, and I know he's excited to hear from me, and I will say hi to him. And also, can I talk to grandma? um, but he didn't care, right? And I don't know why that was like that for me. It was like I didn't really need to catch up with him. Um, but I knew that he was always there, and I always felt connected to him. I think I felt connected to him without having to, have all of the words and all of the conversations. And it was the same when, I would go over when I was going to school at UAA, they would invite me over for lunch, and he would be there, and I would say, "Hi, how's it going?" Give him the updates. And where's grandma? um, and I think he would love that and appreciate that, because I know that she was everything to him. And yes, so I will miss him all of the time. And to be completely honest, while I do miss him actually here, I think that feeling still remains for me, and that I don't really feel like I need to talk to him every day in order to know that he's there and cares about me, and no matter what, will always be excited to hear from me. So thank you for the time. Thank you for everybody who was part of his world and his life, and I will see you around.